We're over. Starting?
Yeah, I think I just did.
Okay.
Yeah, it just started. I forgot you have to press live.
We're over.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, I think I just did. Whoa. Yeah, it just started. I forgot you have to
Gosh.
you have to press live. All right. So here. Already in that. I want to put you right there over that. You, I'm gonna close. Here we are.
Well, I'm too high now.
Yeah. There he goes.
All right. So I think we had a plan this time. So I did a little bit of a preview. We'll try to keep this as close to an hour as we can. So we'll just dive right into it. I went over that Python thing, and the Python thing is all text, but we should try it anyways, even though it's just not watching videos, because it might be a really good foundation. It might be a really good foundation for both of us, because I sort of start on the like the 50-yard line of Python stuff, and then I forget the stuff with the basics. It's like, oh, where are we going? It's like, oh, cool, Python. Okay, cool. But I didn't learn anything, the basics, and learn the theory. So I think that's what we'll do.
Okay.
So if you want to pull up that Cisco email that I sent you, I think we'll just go through it on your screen.
Okay. Did I share my screen with you? I thought I shared. You?
I can see your screen, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't send you the link. Do you want me to send you the link?
No, I should have it. Just stand by for a sec.
Yeah.
Boom.
I see what you're talking about, where they ask you for all of the information, though.
Yeah.
Like, we'll give you this for free, but we're collecting a lot of data about you. By the time.
Yeah. I'm just logging into this off screen, see if I can find it. Oh. Weird.
I can grab it as well.
No, just one sec. No, I have it. It's just the signing in of it's weird. Like I'll just show you. It's just like it's kind of a pain because I did this a couple of times because I have it up here, and this is at the course Programming Essentials in Python. So I click on that, and it gives me this. Yeah,
this is
not
life.
Exactly it.
This is life at Cisco. What you're doing, a single sign-on thing, and because of the hackers and everything, you get asked to authenticate for a lot of different things for Cisco. So
yeah,
I'll log into one thing and I'll authenticate into it, and then I'll have in the same browser I'll go try to get a different thing. And it'll ask me to log in as well. It also, for me, it does a lot of showing the chat. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there I am. Do you want me to send it to you?
Yeah. Yeah, send it to me in the chat on the Discord.
Okay. Were you just logging in? Because I think you might have to do that anyway, and it'll take you to the course you're registered in.
Oh yeah, I just don't remember what the password is. Actually, I might. You know what I might need to do is going to Gmail. Okay.
That's where I found it.
Not this.
And I did start a Slack for DevOps Donkey, so I was going to talk to you about that today because stuff we're doing, like searching for that link and stuff,
Yeah.
is a lot easier to do in Slack.
Mm.
And you should actually start using Slack anyways, because almost every DevOps company uses Slack. Almost everyone.
Okay, so go. Is that echo I'm hearing on my end, or is it? Do you not have headphones?
I don't hear an echo. I can put headphones on. If
I can hear myself.
Oh, that's you didn't.
I don't know if you noticed, but I got new headphones on, which are pick up a lot more detail. Python training link. Oh yes, Net Academy. Yeah, brings me right back to that. Can you see my chat on screen? My login?
I can't see it now. No.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Forgot password. Let's try that one. Hey. Oh, set via MFA, multi-factor authentication. What is going on here? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. OMG.
Wow.
Didn't receive a code. Reset via email. Have to log in. That password expires in 1 day. Come on now. All right. Now I'm gonna search for Python again. Training link. Again. And ta-da.
Ta-da. Lost my window here.
All right, so can you see the screen or
Oh, I get a weird feedback now. Oh yeah. I can see the screen. Correct.
okay, good. All right, oh, you can see I got about halfway through and then I failed this test because I was just rushing. I was rushing through it. So.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to go through any of it.
Oh, I already did before. I did the day after you sent this to me.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, well, let's do a review then, because I was gonna do the first parts with you.
No, that's what I want to do because as I previously mentioned, I went and did this test, and even though I wasn't concentrating that hard, I probably shouldn't be an X here. So I want to go back through it.
Yeah.
And this was this was before I did the 4-hour course too. So let's go back to the beginning.
That echo, yeah, I hear echoey. You're really echoey. I don't know if that's the same on the YouTube or not, but in here it's very echoey.
Yeah, I'm not sure what would cause that. Unless it's something in the Discord.
You want to check the feed? Just
sure. Let's actually idea. Let's look it up on here. Look at ourselves.
In here it's very echoey.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's fine to me. Unless it's something in the Discord.
You want to check the feed? Just
Oh, sure. That's actually a good idea. Look it up on here. Look at ourselves. That's fine to me. Oh, it's weird. Can you hear that? Hello? Scott, you're frozen. You froze on me. Huh. Okay. That's weird. Odd. R.I.P. tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I lost you, Scott. I'm gonna disconnect and try and reconnect with you. Okay. What's this? Check. Oh yeah, I see what might be happening. Join video call.
Oh, should be back here.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, wait a sec. Give me a second here. I unplugged my own power. It's quite.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
I think it might just be my headphones because on the speakers it sounds fine.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, actually it's fine. I think. I'm gonna start my OBS. 1 sec.
Yep.
I should be back now. Boom.
Right, you should get that, and then. Okay.
Right. Just to pop out. Oh yeah, cool. Just pop out of your screen. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Now
where are you? DevOps Stumpy, you're not sharing your camera again.
What the heck? Hey Chihuahua.
Ay Chihuahua, ay caramba. There he is.
There I am.
Yep. However.
Ichi mama.
Yeah. However, let me go back here and just check something. Because we seem kind of quiet, honestly.
On the audio?
Yeah. Can you check on your end?
I'll look on the phone. Hang on.
Well, that's actually a good idea. Let's do it. I just want to make sure it's coming pretty loud here also. R.I.P. tonight. R.I.P. tonight. Let's do it.
That's not bad. Sounds fine, right? Not bad.
Okay, yep, it's fine. I just was waiting for your talk. Yeah, it's good. We're okay. We are fine. It was a little weird, but I did have you down a little low before. But now we're getting into the meat of this. So.
All right. Okay. We've already accepted the terms. So
okay. So okay. So
Yeah,
terms welcome about. Oh no, I just need to go to module. Okay. So
this was the first one, right? This was the introduction to Python programming, difference between compilation and interpretation. What Python is, how Look, you passed this one, so we can go through this quick if you've already passed through this, because I know some of this, but
yep. So how does how does a program work?
Yeah, we can go over. I want to get into the meat.
Yep.
This is
Natural
like
languages
history.
versus this is very, very, very basic. Like you've never seen a computer in your whole life.
Well, there was one thing here actually on a table. I think it's the next one that I did find interesting. Click the next one. Click on next.
Yep.
Yeah. So look at you know the computer Amazon thing is called what? It's called Alexa, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they have Alexis. So
Yeah.
I think that may be where Alexa came from.
Oh, yeah, I think it's probable. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
So if you want the male version of Alexa, you gotta get an Alexis.
You got it.
But I think that means lexicon, like the lexicon of the nomenclature, like the names of things.
Yeah, it's also
it's
a lexicon is a dictionary, right? A lexicon is a big dictionary. So
yeah, and what they're talking, I don't know what that CMOP true thing. Well,
where do you see that?
True. Well, it says in the English dictionary, while CMOP true doesn't, the word chat is present in both English and French dictionaries, but their meanings are different.
Yeah, chat in English is like us talking, and chat in French is a cat.
Yeah, talk about your cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then syntax and semantics. Yeah, anyway, it's just, and then source code, yes. So it was just a little bit of an interesting thing to me, that one line you got highlighted there.
Oh, I like
the only thing.
Yep.
The only thing I didn't really know.
No, I honestly, when I went through this course the first time, I read all the stuff. I read it line by line, made sure I understood it.
Yeah. No, that's good. Compilation. Yeah, all this in the lexically.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That word.
Because
it's a new word for me. What happened there?
Sorry, I'm just doing something here.
Okay.
Just gonna look at it.
Okay, next one.
Sure, I understood it. So, all right, next.
Interpreter does,
Yeah, what the interpreter actually does. Let's assume once more they've written a program, now it exists as a computer file, and interpreter interprets your program. Sure.
Yeah, we can skip over this stuff.
Compilation advantages, the execution is faster, and disadvantages. It's all available in the course if you really want to understand.
Python is free. It's also called a scripting language. I think that's the big thing is Python isn't, you can do things to turn it into an executable, but it's a scripting language.
Certainly.
More than I didn't get into holy wares. Programming language. It's a scripting language.
Yeah, then people argue about it. I have noticed that.
Yeah.
And
it's like I'm not allowed to.
This Guido right here.
Guido.
Yeah, he is currently trying to make the new iteration of Python, and because he wants to make it faster. So, because I've been studying Python, his more and more news has been popping up on directed advertising. Right.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Your metadata. Yeah. The more complicated technical stuff you search for, the more that happens. And then the interesting part is every once in a while it'll actually work, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that. And click that, and then you get more.
Yeah.
And I did not know that it was a Monty Python flying circus reference. I didn't know Python came from Monty Python.
Well,
so there you go.
Yeah.
I know.
I knew that without knowing that.
Freaking Guido.
Yeah.
All right, next.
From the Department of Silly Walks itself.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make it easy, intuitive, open source, understandable in plain English, and suitable for everyday tasks.
Yeah.
So it occupies a high rank in mature and trustworthy, not a one-hit wonder, etc. It's a tool, not a reptile. Easy to learn, easy to teach, easy to use, easy to understand, and easy to obtain.
Yeah, and that's why everybody loves it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked at people that don't know Python that do what I do, to be honest. But anyway.
Well, it's sort of weird when you get, like you said, when you get to holy wars about about this stuff. Was that my phone or your phone?
No, it was mine, I think.
Okay. But it's just weird to get into holy wars about tools. You know, but people do. I need to use this because it's way harder to do. Okay.
Yeah.
If you know how to do it and you enjoy it, fill your boots, man. But
your boots.
Yeah, I prefer to play steel string acoustic guitars to try and play a guitar that sounds like an electric guitar.
And overstretch it so it breaks it as well. Good.
Yeah, electricity.
Anyway. All right, next one. Next.
Python has two direct competitors. These are Perl and Ruby.
Nah, Ruby. Anyway, next.
Ruby, Soho. Where can we see Python in action? Everywhere. Everywhere, man. Search engines, cloud storage, look, many developing tools, blah, blah, blah. Why not Python? Low-level programming, sometimes called close-to-metal programming. If you want to implement an extremely effective driver or graphical engine, you wouldn't use Python. But they want to change that with the new iteration. That's what I learned recently.
Yeah.
And then applications for mobile devices. Although this territory is still wanting to be conquered by Python, and that's probably why they're trying to make it faster. It's just for that, for devices. Is there more than one Python? Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Python, also known as CPython, and another Python family member is Cython.
Well, I've never heard of Cython. What's Cython?
Well, let me tell you, Cython is one of a possible number of solutions to the most painful of Python's trait, the lack of efficiency. Large and complex mathematical calculations may be easily encoded or coded in Python, much easier than in C or any other traditional language, but the resulting code's execution may be extremely time-consuming. How are these two contradictions reconciled? One solution is to write your mathematical ideas using Python when you're absolutely sure that your code is correct and produces valid results. You can translate it into C. Certainly C will run much faster than pure Python. This is what Cython is intended to do, to automatically translate Python code clean and clear, but not too swift, into C code, complicated and talkative, but agile.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're using Python abstraction layer to write your C code. That's interesting.
Yep. Then there's
and then Jython and Python,
PyPy, RPython. Yeah.
All the same. All the things trying to solve the same problem.
Then how to get Python and how to use it.
Yeah, you already
did it. Maybe. Next. Did all that?
Next. There's so many YouTube videos of this stuff. Starting, you already done this with your course, so next.
Did that?
Next. You started in Notepad and then somebody said use PyCharm, or did you just start with PyCharm?
No, I used, let's see. My monitors, I moved from the bedroom down to the garage, so.
Garage, oh yeah.
So I have everything's backwards now because I was trying a different setup. So I just like, what the heck? Oh, so annoying. Here. So what I was doing is I was typing Python here and it popped up on the other screen, right? Or I can type in.
I can't see that on the return feed. That's fine. I can see it on your camera. Oh wait, hang on.
You should be able to see it. I'm sharing my screen with you.
Hang on. That's just I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so this one's just like Python, and then I can bring the shell up here, the idle shell, or those are, and then I have my third option, which is the.
It's interesting.
Yeah, an idle will actually run the program, and I think I can write in here, but usually just write in Notepad.
It's I can't remember what that's called, but it's you can write code in there. It's a buffer. Yeah, you're right. That's a Python buffer. So like it reads the code down, you can type it the same. And, anyway, go back to the thing. Jerk face. Oh, you didn't do it, Python 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You didn't do it. No, it's not Python. That's not the problem.
Yeah. I forget.
It's yeah, that's the Python 3 brackets.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. The idle, and then just close, cool. and then of course this is the third option here. It's Python, which we're working on the other day. PyCharm. And I want to get I'm gonna get Pygame, but I haven't got it yet. Just to practice making games.
Let's just plow through this one. You've already done all this stuff.
How to spoil and fix your code.
You already got done. Next.
Yeah.
Next. You already know how to break your code.
Yeah. I just did it. Congratulations, I completed module 1.
It's the fastest module that I've ever gone through. You want to test again?
Python is an example of a high-level programming language.
Yeah.
Yes. Complete set of known commands is called
instruction list.
Yes. What is a source code?
Machine code executed by computer. Yeah, that's it.
What do you call a computer program which directly executes instructions written in a programming language?
Compiler.
What Python version is covered in this course?
Tree.
What is CPython? Another name for Cython, a superset of the Python programming language, a compiled language used to perform high-level programming functions.
First one.
The default implementation of the Python programming language. What is IDLE, an acronym that stands for Interactive Development and Learning Extension, or Integrated Development and Learning Environment for Python?
Environment.
I feel like that. I feel like that's true. What do you call a tool that lets you launch your code step by step and inspect it at
debugger?
Each moment of execution?
A debugger.
How did Python, the programming language, get its name?
Find circus.
Which of the following is an example of a Python file extension?
PY, yeah. Should get 80 or 90 on that. $70. Oh well. Well, yeah, review it. What did we get wrong?
All right. So Python, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Nope.
What's that one? Default implementation. Huh? Default implementation of the Python programming language.
That's a little weird because, we just read all about Cython, and Cython does not. Oh, yeah, no, actually, it makes sense. A superset is just like, I guess if you look at it like a hybrid, because it's C mixed with Python. In order to do fancy machine code to make it execute faster.
Completely useless information.
Yeah. An acronym that stands, yeah, we got that. Debugger, yeah. Yeah. Fine. So that one question was worth 3 points?
I think it didn't redo. I think it took your first one. I don't think it overwrite. I don't think it's smart enough.
Oh yeah, because I did it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it before. I forgot.
Yeah. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's it. It won't let you cheat.
Okay.
It won't let you retake. So I guess that's the. I wonder what will happen on the other one, the one that you messed up.
Oh.
Or the one you weren't concentrating on. Anyway, that's one. What's how many modules did you do? 2? 3?
Just 2.
And then you
It's module 2.
which one did you fail? Module 2 test? The module 2 test?
Yeah. Let's go through
Okay.
let's go through
Let's
this
go
again.
through two. We'll go through 2 in a reasonable time then. Sounds good.
Okay. So run the code.
Oh, I'm gonna put my camera on the other way. Or the screen over there. It looks like I'm looking at it. What's it say?
It says run the code, but I don't remember how to run it. Where the heck is it? My run box.
Is it that thing in the bottom right there?
There it is, up here.
Yeah. Print. What does it say? The word print.
It's just showing you where it does. The word print, the opening parentheses, a quotation mark, a line of text, another quotation mark closing. Each of the above plays a very important role in the code. That's the whole slide.
Okay.
The word print you can see here is the function name. That doesn't mean that wherever the word appears is always a function name. Let me know when you want me to move on.
Yeah, I'm just reading it for anything. I'm on the right side now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so it's talking about the built-in functions. There's a shit ton of built-in functions for Python. Oh yeah, they may come from one or more Python add-ons called modules.
Yep.
That's the stuff you include in the top there.
Yep.
Or you can write them yourself. The name should be significant. Yeah, okay, just talking about functions, but it's talking about the print function. Okay, next one.
All right. As we said before, a function may have an effect or a result. There's also a third very important function component, the argument. Mathematical functions take one argument. Examples, variable takes a variable, which is the measurement of an angle. Python functions, on the other hand, are more versatile. Depending on the individual needs, they may accept a number of arguments, as many as necessary to perform the task. Note, any number includes 0. Some Python functions don't need any argument. In light of the number of needed arguments, Python functions strongly demand the presence of a pair of parentheses, opening and closing ones, respectively. If you don't want to deliver one or more arguments to a function, you place them to the inside of parentheses. If you're going to use a function which doesn't take any argument, you still have to use parentheses. To distinguish ordinary words from function names, place a pair of empty parentheses after their names, even if the corresponding function wants one or more arguments. This is a standard convention. Does the print function in our example have any arguments? Of course it does, but what are they? It's a string. As you can see, the string is delimited with the quotes. In fact, the quotes make the string. They cut out a part of the code and assign a different meaning to it. You can imagine the quote saying something like, the text between us is not code. It is intended to be executed, and you should take it as is.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
The function name and print in this case, along with parentheses and arguments, forms a function invocation. We'll discuss this in more depth, but we'll shed a little light on this right now. What happens when Python encounters an invocation like the one below?
Function argument.
First, Python checks to see if the name specified is legal, and it browses the internal data in order to find an existing function of the name. If the search fails, Python imports the code. Second, Python checks if the function requirements for the number of arguments allow you to invoke the function in this way. If specific demands exactly 2 arguments, any invocation delivering only 1 argument will be considered erroneous and will abort the code's execution. Third, Python leaves your code for a moment and jumps into the function you want to invoke. Of course, it takes your arguments too and passes them the function. Fourth, the function executes its code, causes the desired effect if any, evaluates the desired result if any, and finishes its task. Finally, Python returns your code to the place just after the invocation and resumes its execution. Level of difficulty, 5 to 10 minutes. Becoming familiar with the print function and its capabilities. Use print line to... Yeah.
You know how you can.
So
do this, right?
so this is what so this is what they want you to do, and I did this before. So they want you to do just things like hi YouTube, and then they want you to play it, right?
Yeah.
And you see it worked at the bottom, and then they want you and then they want you to mix quotes to get to give you I'll redo that to give you an error, but then you go to the end and then you do the quote that matches the first quote, because you can use either, but you can't mix them. And then you get the hi YouTube again. And that's all they want you to do.
Yeah, cool.
So 3 important questions have to be answered as soon as possible.
Okay, wait.
Blah, 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 blah. Go on. Your turn.
Wait, I got a tip. Here. So passing an argument. So passing an argument is something that you'll have to do when you start writing scripts to take inputs.
Yeah.
So when you write a program, one of the things that I do, especially for DevOps stuff, is how do you pass the argument, like an instance ID, something like that, into your Python code. Right? You have Python code, Bodo3, Anyway, passing an argument is an important thing. That's it. It's my only.
Oh, yeah.
It's like from 2 slides ago.
Okay.
Yeah, you can skip past this.
Where am I? Oh, I see.
So it's pretty deep.
Yep.
This one.
You have already seen a computer program that contains one function invocation. A function invocation is one of many possible instructions. Require there be more than one instruction in a line. Python syntax is quite specific in the area. Python requires that there cannot be more than one instruction in a line. A line can be empty. It may contain no instruction at all, but it must contain 2, 3. Must not contain 2, 3, or more instructions. Python makes one exception to its rule. It allows an instruction to spread across more than one line, which may be helpful when your code contains complex instructions. Let's expand the code a bit. You can see in the editor, run it, and note what you see in the console. The program invokes the print function twice. You can see the 2 separate lines in the console. That means that print begins its output from a new line each time it starts its execution. You can change this behavior, but you can also use it to your advantage. Each print invocation contains a different string as its argument, and the console content reflects it. This means that the instruction in the code is executed in the same order in which they have been placed in the source file. No next instruction will be executed until the previous one is completed, and there are some extensions, but you can ignore them for now. That's that slide. Slide complete.
Slide complete.
We've changed the example a bit. We've added an empty print function invocation. We'll call it empty because we haven't delivered any argument to the function. you can see what happens here. You can run when you run the code. So now there's going to be a gap.
Yeah, it's an empty line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
This does the same thing as a new line. So then they're going to put I think the next one's like the backslash n or something. Or /n. There are two very subtle changes. So now when you play it, you'll have these
It's
two
run,
new lines.
that's run, by the way. It's a play button, but it's run. You're running the function.
Fine.
Or you're running the application.
Okay.
So what does this do? Oh, it splits it to the new line. Oh yeah, the forward
So
slash
the /n instead
line.
of putting instead of separating it by putting a print parentheses.
That becomes a pain in the butt sometimes, especially when you're using different Python versions. Sometimes it's that, sometimes it's something else. Anyway, all you need to know, you're going to start Python 3 and pass, even though for whatever reason the brand new MacBook comes with Python 2.7 installed still. I don't know why, but it does. Yeah, I think you knew that from other ones. What happened there? You adjusting your stuff. All right, while you're adjusting stuff, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna order some dinner. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna mute. And mute.
To the live stream feed. Yeah, as you can see, the new line, there's lines there. Yeah, I can see that. So print function, the escape line, and new line characters. The convention has two important consequences. You want to put just one backslash inside a string. Don't forget its escaping nature. You have to double it. E.g., such an invocation will cause an error. Well, this one won't. Not all escape pairs. The backslash coupled with another character means something. Experiment with your code in the editor, run it, and see what happens. All right.
Yeah, mess around with this one a little bit. This is exactly what I was talking about. The difference between forward slashes and backward slashes, it becomes a pain in the butt if you don't understand it.
Oh, oops.
Right, I'm back. Watching that stuff, but you see how that can be a pain in the butt, though, right?
But the only thing about this is the kind of thing I was talking about, because if I get to something and I get kind of stumped because it's not really clearly explaining it, because it just goes, play with it and see what happens. Because it's saying, you do this, this will cause an error. This won't.
Yeah.
Where do I put it?
Okay. You got to put, just copy and paste it and put it in on the right side there. So select the print / first one. Right click it. Or right, yeah, right.
You can't. I can just type where it's supposed to go.
Or yeah, you can just type it there too. Just either one. Just you can delete all that stuff. Like that's the same thing as idle over there. Like you can put whatever you want.
No, I know, but I don't know where to put it because I'm putting it here and it's saying it'll cause an error. I'm putting it exactly like this, and this is also causing an error.
Hit it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You saw the error with the single slash, right? So basically,
yeah, it's just weird because that's what I thought I was doing, but maybe I think I might have mistyped it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's an escape character. It's forward. Is that a backslash? That's a backslash, right?
No, it's a /.
That's a /.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a backslash. Or wait. No, you're right. That's these are backslashes. Let's get them backwards because it's leaning back to the.
It leans back, yeah.
To the
left.
I
always get them mixed up.
And the other one leans forward, even though it's leaning to the left and leaning to the right. But the idea is that's a backslash. Anyway, is the point.
The backslash is a escape character, and what that's saying is.
Okay, got it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. It just wasn't working.
Okay.
The reason why it wasn't working is because I didn't notice that I had a typo. So this is what I was doing.
Yeah. Pring.
Right.
What happened?
What happened? Pring. That's exactly. It said not defined. I needed to read the error.
That's 99.9999% of everybody's problem.
Yeah.
And me included. You just got to slow down and read the error. It's like 90% of my IT support career is, what's it say on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, it says that pring isn't a function. It's like, I've never heard of pring before. Do you mean print?
Yeah. Mainline 2, pring.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Syntax error. EOL. End of line while scanning string literal.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Now I play it and I'll get a slash. Or I'll get that other error, the error I was expecting.
Yeah.
So now instead of having an error, I'll get a slash.
Yeah. So that's worth the pain.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah, that's worth the pain.
So far.
If you learned anything today, that was worth it.
Oh yeah, sure. So far we've tested the print function behavior with no arguments, and with one argument. It's also worth trying to feed the print function with more than one argument. Look at the editor window. This is what we're going to test now.
All right.
There's one print function, but it contains 3 arguments, and all of them are strings. The arguments are separated by commas. We've surrounded them with spaces to make them more visible. In this case, the commas or arguments play a completely different role than the comma inside the string. The former is part of Python syntax. The latter is intended to be shown in the console. If you look at the code again, you'll see there are no spaces inside the strings. Run the code and see what happens. So it's all going to be bunched up together.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fine. Spaces remove the strings have appeared again. Spaces.
Where are you? The spaces removed from the strings have appeared again.
Why? The 2 conclusions emerge from this example. But the spaces removed from the strings. Space. See, lots of spaces there, so.
Yeah, what he's talking about is in between this. He's not talking. He's talking.
Oh,
So
he's
there's
talking
a
about
space.
he's talking about all these spaces.
Yeah, that correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Remove the strings. Can you two conclusions emerge? A print function involves more than one argument, outputs them all in one line. The print function puts a space between the outputted arguments on its own initiative.
I can explain why.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's because it's running. Each thing is a it ran the function, but it doesn't say it doesn't print spaces between the commas in your array. That's like your function or your arguments. This your arguments after the end quote. It just ignores. Right? What does it actually say? Because the explanations and stuff don't really make much sense in these things.
Well, I think these are the reasons.
Yeah.
The conclusions emerge, and that's the print function with more than one argument outputs them all in the same line, and the print function puts a space between the outputted arguments on its own.
Correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Now that you know a bit about print function customs, we're going to show you how to change them. You should be able to predict the output without running the code in the editor. The way in which we are passing arguments in the print function is the most common in Python and called the positional way. This name comes from the fact that the meaning of the argument is dictated by its position. The second argument will be outputted after the first, not the other way around. Run the code and check to see if the output matches your prediction.
Yeah, I think this is pretty easy for you, I think.
Yep.
It's like a weird hello world.
Yeah.
What's this one trying to teach you?
When you want to change the behavior of the print function a bit, the function has two keyword arguments. The first of them is named and. In the editor window, you'll see a simple example of using a keyword argument. In order to use it, it's necessary to know some rules. A keyword argument consists of three elements: a keyword identifying the argument, and here, an equal sign, and a value assigned to the argument. Any argument that have to be put after the last positional argument, this is very important. In our example, we have made and the keyword argument and set it to a string containing one space. Run the code and see how it works. So this is going to create a space.
Yeah.
And there will be a Monty Python, and it's all going to show up on one line.
Yeah. So that gives you a space at the end of your thing, right?
Yeah, because the previous one, even though the code's almost exactly the same, it's not printing on two lines anymore. It's moving it up one line.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm viewing here, and that's because it's presented this argument here, and the space here is here. Presents in the code. Like
I wonder if there's other. I've never seen that before. I wonder if there's like a begin or middle or something.
I don't know. As you can see, the end keyword argument determines the characters. The print function sends the output once it reaches the end of its positional arguments. The default behavior reflects the situation where the end keyword argument implicitly used in the following way.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we got about, we started about 3 minutes late, but we've been going almost an hour. Do you want to do one more?
Let's do one more. How far are you? 21%? Up to you. If you want to get to like 25%, that's fine for me. That's up to you. One more slide, couple more slides, fine.
Okay. And now it's time to try something more difficult. If you look carefully, you'll see that we've used the AND argument, but the string assigned to it is empty. It contains no characters at all. What will happen now? We're in the program in the editor to find out.
All right. Hit it.
It's all in one line.
It's the same thing.
What will happen now? Run the program is the AND argument that has been set to nothing Oh yeah, no, it doesn't, because it's not printing the second line at all.
Yeah. It's printing it at the end. It's printing.
So we'll run the program. As the end argument has been set to nothing, the print function outputs nothing too. Once its positional argument has been exhausted, it should show the following text. Note, no new lines have been sent to the output. The string assigned to the end keyword argument can be of any length. Experiment with it if you want. That's interesting. What's the difference? I'm confused now.
I don't know. Put something in there. Put an ABC in there. See what happens. Abracadabras.
Huh.
Oh, I see. It changed. Oh, look what it did. So it changed. It says my name is, if it's Monty Python, it put Monty Python, but you put Abracadabra. Put a second name in there. See if it. Yeah, see, I didn't know you could do this. Also gave you Monty Python. Try it with just the Abracadabra again. Clear it though first. Try. Can you try? Can you take that space out? Take that one space out. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, it's concatenating it. Yeah, never mind. So I don't understand what it's doing.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm just going to go to the previous slide. So here, my name is space, comma. Oh, okay, I see. Because that's the code from the last one, so it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
Right. So it actually is so it is not the same. Yeah. So if I do this, oh,
there's 2 commas there. Only 1 comma on the top one.
Well, that's because there's an extra string. That's why.
Yeah.
Right. So I take that space away, then it goes, oh yeah, so it's just going, my name is Monty Python. So I was wrong about what it was doing. The behavior hadn't changed.
Okay. It's good to know. These are good thing to know. Actually, there's a good point there too. This is probably the most important thing to learn teaching and programming. You thought that the thing before this thing was the same as
identical,
because it looked at it as identical. But when you compare them side by side, they're not identical. And that's a trap that you'll fall into in programming that'll drive you nuts.
Yeah, I believe it.
They're not the same.
Nope.
They're not the same.
Nope.
They look the same. They look similar.
Mm-hmm.
But they are differences. I think you should almost end on that one.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah, that'll save you so much time. The biggest thing when I started to get better at programming was when I started doing file compares. Just don't trust your eyes, don't trust your brain. Get your PyCharm or whatever tool you're using and compare this file to this file. What's the differences?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you just drill down to the differences. Anyway, because a lot of people copy and paste code too. So what you just did there when you're saying, oh, this code is the same as that code, you copy the piece of code that you think you're copying into the chunk, and then you start to run it, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is not the same.
Yeah, this isn't the same. I thought it was, yeah.
But this is not the same.
And the other part is big one. This might take a while, but the computer is doing exactly what you tell it to do.
Oh yeah, I remember the first computer teacher turned out to be a pervert weirdo sex offender that got sent away to prison. But he doesn't matter. He got it was the Gigo, you know, and before him even like when I was in grade 3 or grade 4 and saw the first computer I ever saw, and it was that predated the Commodore PET. That computer, that's how old that computer was. Could have been Steve Wozniak standing there for all I know.
Oh, they were doing that on the radio today. The Altair. He was like, "Oh, people argue about this, but I say that it was the Altair that was the first computer." And the Altair was the kit that you could buy. That the Woz and Jobs, they built them and then sold them built, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what their first thing was. They would do the soldering for you and then send you the kit already put together.
Yeah, and I remember being in school when I saw the first computer, and the guy said, you know, because they had made modems, and they were like, do you have any ideas? And it was like, yeah, you can connect your bank to your like your money in a tube, and then you'll be able to pay for gas at the gas station. And the guy got mad. The guy got mad at me because he was like, "That'd be so insecure. Money shouldn't be like that." So, and then one day,
saw this.
I saw that. Let's see if they still existed. I don't know. The credit key fob, I think it is called.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to find it.
Saw something in there.
You did? Payment tube. What the heck was it called? It was like in the early zeros. I just saw people paying with them. I don't even know how to call it.
Like a fob?
Yeah, it was like a credit tube, or maybe it wasn't ESO. I thought it was. They're using them in Winnipeg. Maybe it was just a Winnipeg thing.
Was it Domo?
No, it was one of the big things. The heck was it called? I don't even know how to search for it because like look for a tube related to gasoline. Like you just saw.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Payment. First wire payment.
Speed pass.
Yeah, the speed pass.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can find it.
That's Petrocan. Petrocan does the speed pass.
Well, it says ESO speed pass. This thing, there it is. It's an ESO speed pass. The thing I described that the guy told me, like a guy got mad at a kid in grade 4 or whatever.
It's just because he had a crush on you.
Yeah, it must have been. Computer guys, right? But yeah, it was this thing. And funnily enough, obviously I didn't have speed pass on mine, but I was just like, and the reason why I had the idea was because credit cards already existed.
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought it'd be cool, probably from watching the Jetsons and stuff like that. But who knows?
Jetsons is scary. How close that is now except for the flying cars.
Oh yeah.
Everybody working from home.
Yeah.
The boss being able to call you on something like this and give you crap.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I went golfing on Friday and then I had to lie to my boss that I went doing something else. But there was a rash of doctors' appointments on Friday afternoon. A long weekend. It's weird.
Oh yeah, of course. That's so funny. There you go. That's what a flying car looks like.
Yeah, I've seen one. There's one in the Europe. It's probably Europe. Where it's a convertible. Like this one, yeah. convertible. Takes like half an hour to switch it, and it'll take off in 300 yards, something like that. Oh, did Phil Nicholson won the PGA Championship thingy? I think.
Oh,
Because I left at the 18th hole, but I'm pretty sure he won.
that's good.
It's very good because he's 50.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, -6. Oldest golf major winners in history.
Oh, Mickelson
actually,
with an M.
Mickelson, yeah. You can't.
Oh
you don't understand
yeah, I remember
I don't
him.
understand-
I
I don't
remember
understand
him.
my hack.
I remember his
He's
face.
been around.
He seems like
Been around.
I actually think I haven't met him, but when I used to do AV in the summers around Toronto, I'm pretty sure that he walked past me.
Oh, yeah, you've seen, yeah.
Yeah, it's just because it would have been, well, like he would have been 30 at that time, right? So.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Won,
just a little older.
he
than
won
me.
two. He won $2 million. Not
Ooh.
bad.
Maybe you can.
Yeah, see,
retire from
70th, you get 19,000.
Wow, that's awesome for him.
Would you take? I'd take 20,000 to come in 70th.
Where'd you see that? Oh, here. Where'd you see?
I was just looking at.
Oh, you're looking
I was
it up
looking.
there.
I was looking at the golf prizes. CBS Sports. I don't know how I got here. Just Google.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's
All
the
right.
oldest.
Well, I'm just gonna stop
Alright.
streaming rather than people watching us do this. But I'm just gonna end the stream and then we can talk for a minute and then.
Yeah.
All right.
Good late.